I wish you a very, very, very happy Deepavali. So I hope you had great festive moods, and it's completely on the festive vibes. We have got lots of sweets, and again, the crackers are there. So there are lots of noise coming up here. So if you are able to see me and hear me, please do type loud and clear. So this will actually help me out so that it is loud and clear and you are able to focus on this interesting topic, what we are going to discuss today. Yes? So if you're all set, you can just type in loud and clear and let's go on. Yeah? And how was your celebrations and how was the things going on? If you are enjoying with your family and friends, so we are all blessed. So that is what I can say. And we are all so blessed having so many people around us, and we are able to enjoy this Deepavali. Yeah, let us just watch for 1 or 2 minutes so that everybody comes in, because this is really an interesting topic which I've chosen today. It is beneficial to you as an individual, be it a student or a working professional, or you are something who needs to excel yourself in communication. Okay, communication actually matters to every individual, as I told you, and this is going to blow your minds, and trust me, you can change yourself after going through the tips and techniques what I'm going to share it to you. Right, if you're all set, you can just type in on the comment box, all set. Let's go. Yeah. Yes. So today's topic, as we had discussed, it is on the introduction. What is the introduction the every person needs to give? If I'm an individual and I need to give an introduction which is really impactful, and it is also going to make sure that to whomsoever I'm going to talk, it is going to stick to their minds. Don't you feel that this is going to be wonderful? And if somebody meets you and they are going to say that you are truly amazing, so that sense of response you must get. So that is what even I'm looking forward, and I'm going to give you the tips and techniques on how powerful you can make your introduction. So if you are all set, so let's all start with how to give the powerful and impactful introduction. Now, why is introduction that essential? Because we, as human beings, we are all known only to our known circles. But to any of the strangers or the public, we got to ensure that whosoever we are and what is our strength, everything should be said. So for that, you got to have your introduction. But how am I going to have the introduction being it so powerful? I see so many speakers who make it so powerful introduction and meaningful, and that introduction is going to impact me and it is going to stay in my mind for a longer time. So they have like through the experiences, so they would have come across with the tips and techniques which is working for them. So I'm going to share you few tips where you can work across, and whatsoever is working for you, you can choose it ahead. Is the topic interesting? If it is too interesting, just type it in the comment box that you are interested in getting to know. BIO, bring it on. You can just type it on the comment box. How can I make the introduction effectively? Now, I'm going to give you some scenarios where you would be engaging with one person or a small group of people or a huge audience. Okay, there are certain levels of introduction, and to which event I need to give what sort of introduction, which works well. And if I'm going to present something, I'm a presentator, like I do some PPTs and all presentations if I do. So how do I go and give the introduction? There are so many things. Everything is interesting. And this 1 hour, the power of hour, I'm going to share you all the details, and you would simply enjoy learning this. If you are committed to ensure that you are going to take up this so seriously and make your introduction very powerful, just type in the comment box, I am going to do. Okay, so let's begin. For an introduction, you got to have one of the most powerful technique, because there are several techniques which is working for many people, and in those techniques you need to get at least one or two which is actually working for you. So the introduction should be really short and crisp. It should be to the point, and you got to ensure that when I'm going to introduce myself, my biggest achievement or my biggest strength or my biggest area of development or the achievements what I should be mentioned in that introduction part. So this powerful introduction will make sure that you are going to impact the person who is just opposite to you. You have to ensure that first thing, like thanks for meeting, or if at all it is one-on-one conversation, nice meeting you, thank you, like you got to greet them. And when you are meeting or when you are looking into the huge audience, first welcome your audience. First thing. Then do your introduction. So there are people who does different levels of introduction. So this I'm going to give you with the face of a speaker. Okay, you are presenting something and there are a large number of audience. In such cases, there are three phases where you can actually introduce. The first thing is initially go and introduce yourself, because always the audience is going to look at the first 30 seconds of your delivery. If you are not able to impact that 30 seconds, and people are going to judge you based on that, and they might lose their interest. So make sure that you are giving amazing and strong impactful introduction. When you are delivering the speech, initially just come up with a tagline saying that people call me awesome and I'm named as Hamsa. So something like that. Use the creative sentences. When you use creative sentences, that's where it is going to hit the mind. If that's not happening, then you got to work on your introduction. And the second thing is you can narrate a story and then tell about your introduction, where you are connecting the dots between the story and your introduction. So keep this in mind. Random story and your introduction does not work out. It needs to be parallel and it should be synced. Both the story and yourself as a person should match. If your personality does not match with the story and you are conveying something else in the story and whatsoever you are, if both the things are not matching, trust me, there is no introduction which can go really well. So this is the second thing. And the third thing what a speaker does is they finish the entire presentation or the speech or get the audience interest. So they do many things. And then at the end, like, I'm signing up, Hamsa, take care, God bless. So they are going to say at the end of their talk, they would have impacted, they would have make the audience so interesting, and they would feel that, okay, they are very curious to know, the audience will be curious to know. So all these things happens, and then at last they're going to conclude the speech by saying that this is my name, I'm from so and so, and I'm signing off. So these are the three aspects what a speaker does when it's a larger audience. Now what happens when you go and speak to one single person or maximum 2-3 in a group? There is a new set of people you wouldn't have met. Now, how am I going to give my introduction? So, first thing is, anyways, yes, you got to name yourself and tell them, because they need to again call you back with the same name. But you can prefix something which is your personality, and then add your name. Probably, if you think about, we all, when we are with our friends or our colleagues, peers, whatsoever, we start calling the nicknames rather than the original names, right? So that nickname actually sticks to our mind. So the same way, when you are introducing yourself to the new person, prefix something which is your strength or what you as a personality defines. So that one particular word, you can just prefix it and then tell your name. That would really be very impactful. And how am I going to make sure that that person is interested or he's going to talk to me for a longer duration? Start a conversation, ask a question, and get into the conversation, go deeply. If the person matches to your topic and you also wanted to speak on the same topic, bang on, you are on the right place. Supposedly, I'm not interested in that topic, but the other person is really interested. And that person is not interested in my topic. So, what am I going to do? I need to ensure that both of us must have one mutual interesting things where we can discuss. So I'm going to switch the topic. I'm going to ask another question, which is not even related or not even close to the topic. So that's when you are diversified with your questions, so you will get to know what sort of person he is and what is their interest. In such way, what happens, you can build upon your conversation and then tell about your achievements, what you would have done in that, and you got to also share whatsoever the knowledge is and get the knowledge what is there with the other person. So this is how you got to introduce yourself with a larger audience and within the group of two or three or within the single person. Is this really taking your interest? Is it blowing your minds? If so, just mention in the comment box as I am super excited to know more. Okay, so drop in your comment box. I'm super excited. Okay, I'm going to give you another scenario like how we can effectively introduce. So, in some cases, you got to include only relevant things while you are introducing. Be it the relevance about you, as I told you, like when you are telling a story, so you got to ensure that you as a person and the story, whatsoever you're getting, it should match the personality. And while you are talking about the topic, make those topics points as your introduction. You can do that. If supposedly I'm looking out and I'm giving the speech on communication, I'm going to talk about like what's important about the communication and how it has impacted me and how it's changed my life. So everything is connecting, the dots are connecting. If I say about the sports and then I connect with communication, no link. So if I'm unable to take it up parallelly and equally, it's not possible to grab the interest of your audience. So ensure you have the relevant details while you are introducing to any of the audience. So be it one person or two or three people, a small group or a larger audience. Okay, so you need to understand that while you are introducing, you must ensure those all these tips you are going to work on yourself. Now, what is the thing which I can make my introduction too good or too interesting, or probably like if I say maybe a minute, okay, because the first 30 seconds is what people are going to seek the attention, or they would be in that attention, else they are going to lose their interest. When this is not working, so it will actually be not helpful for you to grab the interest. Now, what is the ultimate tagline? The bottom line is, when I'm delivering a speech, be it a small kid or a elder one, no matter whosoever they are, they need to have that interest to listen. If it is not being reached to their minds, so there is no point in conversing with that person. So what's happening? There is some miscommunication, or there is some gap. There is something which that gap should be filled. If the filling is not strong, if it's not effective, that's when you are not able to give that impact to your audience. If that is not happening, then people will tend to lose their interest and they wouldn't be able to listen to any of your talks. Now, supposedly, like, what happens if I'm going through a certain situation? Probably I might be a little low on that particular day, something has happened, and I'm not at all in a very good mood, and I meet somebody, and that person has met me as a very strong person, or very active person, or somebody like on a happy go, like something energetic. So on a positive side, they would have met. And now in this situation, I'm very low and I don't want to talk to anybody, but still I meet that person. They might cross my path. So what happens is, they will come to know what was you, like what were you earlier and what are you now. They will definitely come to know. And if your first introduction was impactful and they are actually remembering it, trust me, on the second meet, if even I'm not keeping well or not interested to talk, and that person will definitely come to know that you are not you, because they would have known, they would have understood what you are, what's your energy, and what's the positivity you would have given. If that is not happening in your second meet, trust me, you got to work on your introduction. If you are able to work on your introduction, that's when they are going to keep keep you in their mind for a long time. I have experienced it, and I've worked, and also I've noticed in many cases that people listen to us only when we are something unique, when we tell something unique about ourselves, or when we do something unique out of the box. And if we are out of that group where people are normally doing it, and we are doing something unusual or something unique from that group of people, trust me, they are going to remember you for a longer time. And this is tested, and it is result oriented. So this is how you got to make sure that your audience, whosoever it is, you got to impact them and keep them interested. So I hope there are lots of noise. So I'm really unable to figure it out. I mean, it's not possible for me to stop them, but yes, we'll have to go through with the things happening. Okay, so if I'm again loud and clear and that's not distracting, please do drop in the comment box. It's loud and clear, because I just don't want you to get diverted, because this is really important aspect what we are looking and what we are discussing. Am I loud and clear? If so, please do drop again in the comment box, so that it's it's actually ensuring me saying that, okay, yes, it's loud and clear. Yeah. Thank you so much. And one more tip what I can give you is, while you are introducing yourself, you can add humor. Okay, that really works. When you add humor in your introduction, just crack some jokes and add some humor, because people are dying to laugh. There is no option, because people have become so mechanical and they are so stressed, so much of pressure, work pressure, or there is no work life balance, so many things. in this small mind, many million things are working, and they're just running all around, scattered everywhere. So you got to add that humor while you are introducing. Don't you feel good when you speak and somebody else have that smile on their face? Don't you feel that, okay, I'm able to make somebody laugh? They're enjoying for at least 5-10 minutes of my speech? Of course, yes. You are being very thankful when you see a person who's happy with you, who's happy listening to your talks, or whosoever has attended your talk, or whosoever came through the conversation with you. They feel really happy and satisfied that, yes, I met this person and it was like truly amazing. I didn't even realize that I've spent a longer duration with this person, and this person has made me feel like, wow. Don't you feel that you need to get such responses? When you have such responses, and when you get the same feedback again, and when you feel the same energy again and again, when you get those people coming back to you, don't you think that, wow, this is a true life what I'm living? This is what I need to do. And this is how I'm going to impact many people. You don't know how they are stressed, how they are pressurized. You don't know from which background they come, or you don't know like what's happening in their life. So everybody will not come and share everything to you. So just make sure that people are listening to you. And while they are listening to you, you are making them happy, satisfied, contented, and also like solving their problems. This is going to be really wonderful. Don't you think so? So the next thing is, you can actually, if supposedly, this is my first ever introduction on stage, what am I going to do? I got to prepare, I got to do so many mocks, and I got to rehearse myself, and I would really grab so many people. Yes, these are all the steps of preparation. When you are not able to prepare yourself, how are you going to face such large audience for a longer time? Always, when you prepare for minimum half an hour, you would be delivering only 50% of it, because of the nervousness, or probably the fear of mistake, the fear of judgment, the fear of acceptance, the fear of failure. So many fear, and you get nervous, you fumbles. I mean, you are completely nervous. Your hands and legs shiver like anything, but you are going to lose everything whatsoever you have memorized. And this is one of the wrong thing what people do, is they start memorizing things, they by heart it, and it's like, no, that does not work out. While you are having the conversation, that's how it is going to build upon. If it's a mutual way, it's just a single person who's talking and all the audience are listening, it won't work out now. Okay, it should be always mutual and conversational. If you are able to interact with your audience, then your introduction will actually be impactful. The way, the creativity you are going to use while you are delivering your speech or while you are introducing yourself, that's what it is going to stay for a long time. Use the creativity. Just look at how people are doing it. If you are able to get impacted by one person, just check out like, what is he doing? How did he even impact me? How did he get my interest? And be very stubborn, like, people should impress me to the most. Just for one single sentence or one single statement, don't get impressed. Just be very stubborn on that, and get to know what's happening, why, how did they do this, why did they do this, and what made them do this, so that I got attracted. I was completely into that speaker. If that you are able to crack it, the same thing you can use it on your audience. How is it possible? When you have certain amount of preparation, and certain amount of practice. These two P's will really impact you as a person. Prepare whatsoever. You have your notes, the points, whatever you have, just prepare it. Do the mock with your friends, family, colleagues, no problem. Make lots and lots and lots of mistakes, no problem. Let your friends laugh at you, just get used to it. Have the preparation and practice as many as possible, because the more and more you get practiced, that's how you will be very, very confident when you see the new faces with a larger audience. So ensure that you are going through all these things, because it is going to improve you as a person, as a personality, and also it will impact your audience. Okay, these are the methods what I wanted to share it to you. If you are able to connect the dots and you are able to get into these points, the structuring and everything, you can just drop in any of the questions if you need, so that I'll take it up on. And if you require any suggestions or the tips, you can just put it across in the comment box, so that I'll just take it one by one. And while you are making your questions, so let me tell you, like, how can I effectively greet? Okay, people actually greet like, okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a old fashioned. I mean, it's gone. It's out of fashion now. So why don't you start with creative things, like when you have your guest all around? Okay, it's for the larger audience and the new faces. Why don't you start with hello, good day, or hello, everyone, or hello, good evening, esteemed guests. So you got to make them as VIPs, make them feel like VIPs, because they are your potential, they are your audience, and those are the people who are looking at you. You got to understand that you are actually focusing on them. You are focusing on their pain points. You are focusing only for their solution. It's not you, it's only them. So start like that. And if you are in a office and you are presenting, why don't you start like, hello, my fellow colleagues. So something like that. Be little creative. And you got to have the introduction very, very much like it should be, you are completely bonded together, and they should feel that yes, he is my person. So they got to feel that. You must show your humankind, you as a human, what you are and what do you expect from others. So first start giving it to them, then you can expect it from others. If you want a person who is actually coming to you and talking to you with a closer note, and the body bonding is really good, the rapport is good, so don't you feel that yes, this is my person, I just want to speak to him for a longer time? The same impact you got to give it to your audience too. When you are able to give it to your audience, trust me, they are not going to forget you for a longer time. And once when they meet another person like you, I don't think so anybody can be like somebody else. Even if they copy, it won't be for a longer time. But when they see another person, or till they see another person with the same qualities, so probably they will start comparing you, but they will not forget you. That's how you are creating impact, because impacting people really, really matters. Now, whatsoever I conveyed, you can work upon it. And while you are working, you start practicing and take action right now. Okay, start practicing within the smaller groups of your known ones first, and then with the unknown ones with a smaller group, no problem. Because big things start small. I keep telling this. And always ensure that each day is a learning. I'm so sorry. If you can learn on the everyday basis. You can go to heights. There is no doubt at all. So, for that, you got to start now. Start practicing. Be it with a small number, no problem. Start practicing right now. Okay? If you are going to start now, put it in the comment box. I'm going to start now. So, SN, start now. Okay? You can just type it in the comment box. SN, start now. I'm going to start now. Yes. So, as I told you, there are many ways of starting your introduction. First thing is, another way of introducing is like you can actually start with a quote, and that quote should be relevant again. So, as I told you, the story and yourself as a person, so both should match. If both are not matching, yes, definitely people are not going to get interested on your topic. That is for sure. The second thing is start with the relevant quote with respect to your topic. So ensure that the quote and your topic matches. This is one more thing. And the second thing, what you can do is you can start with what if scenario. What if people in the world didn't learn English? Don't you think that is like attracting? Are you not curious to know, like, okay, what if people didn't know English to converse? So that's the curiosity you are building. Or you can start with, imagine if there was only one single communication, and that is just action, verbal, or I mean non-verbal. What would our life be? So you put the audience into another world of thinking, and they start thinking. And when you answer that question, trust me, they're going to be very interested, because they just wanted to know, like, okay, what if it's not happening? And what if it's happened? So many questions will be there. If you have shooted one single question, the audience minds will have lots and lots of questions running in their mind. One might think, okay, no problem. What if there is no communication at all? Or what if nobody used English at all? We will use some other language. So they start thinking. So make your audience think. If you are able to make them think, that's when you are actually grabbing the interest, and you are ensuring that people are there and they are connected to your topic and they are listening to you carefully. And ask a question, randomly ask a question. But don't always like shoot a closed question. It should be open question, so that they will have lots and lots of answers to share, first thing. And the second thing is they will have lots and lots of options to give. So these are the two things. So while you are shooting a question and making it interactive, give a question which is open-ended question only. Okay? And then the next thing is you can work on statistics. Okay, just say, give some numbers about your topics and say that this is what happening and this is what it's current and this is what it is going to happen in future. So when you give numbers, numbers work wonders. Okay, so give the numbers, give the stats, and it should be accurate. Do a lots and lots of research and give the accurate numbers, because those numbers will blow their minds, and it is actually a point where people are going to encash that, and it is going to stick to their mind for a longer time. So this is also one of the technique where you can start your introduction. Now, as I told you earlier, while you are having the conversation with one person who is not at all interested with the topic which you are also interested, so you can give some stats on the other topic the random topic which is not even relevant to the topic which you started, and then see the interest of that person. If that person has the same interest, then you can start your conversation and build upon it and make sure that you impact that person. Isn't this idea cool? If you feel this is cool, type in the comment box as cool. And then the other things are like, you can open up with a powerful statement or a quote. If you are a person who is impacting people with the motivational quotes or anything which is really powerful statement given by one of the big leaders who is relevant to your topic. Now, if I start, telling about the topic on water, and I take the quote from finance, can I match both? If water is my topic and finance is my quote, if I just add both, and if I'm not able to bridge the gap, trust me, people will think that, okay, what did she start and what is she taking through us? It's not working. But if I connect the water and the finance quote and then start my topic, trust me, people will think like, wow, how is it possible? I can just say that if you consume more water, or if you waste lots and lots of water, that's how your amount, the money, is actually being spent. Don't you think that, okay, these two are connecting? If these two are able to connect, then your work is done. If your work is done, then 50% of your job of delivering any of the speech is done. Your first 10 minutes is really important, and your introduction of 30 seconds is being very, 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 very important. Make sure, write it down, no problem. Have some points, write it down, and make your introduction as crisp, clear, and impactful. If you ensure all these things happens, you are going to rock anywhere and to how many people ever you want it. So if you find these tips are really cool, just type in the comment box the cool tips. Okay, so let's see if any questions are there, so that I'm going to take it up. If anybody has a question. Yeah, Shiv Kumar, thank you so much for joining. Shiv Shankar, thank you so much for joining. Ashwin, thank you so much for joining. Suman Sharma, happy Deepavali. Venkat, thank you. Also, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Akhilesh. Yes. Thank you, Bindu. Yes, fine. So I hope you had a very interesting session, if I'm not wrong. So if you have any questions, you can just put it across in the comment box, so that it will be easier for me to take up the questions. So it can be helpful for other people too. So ensure that you are helping the other people by asking the same question what they have in their minds. So you can just let me know if you have any questions. Yes, I'm going to give you another secret. Okay, so this is just a bonus. So if you are ready to know what is the extra bonus, just type in the comment box, bring it on, BIO. Come on, type on. So these are the extra bonus which I'm going to give you, which will be really helpful for you to articulate your introduction to. Okay, or else even while you are conversing or in between of your speech, you can just use all these words, because these different words in the like upcoming events or the sequences, you can just rearrange it. Okay, so this is what I have thought about, because people start using the words again and again, and People are also like another category is people start using the high end words where the audience will not be able to gauge it. They cannot take. So always keep it as simple as possible. While you are conversing with any of the person, how simple your conversation will be. So keep it as simple as possible, but effective ones. Don't randomly talk on anything and everything. Stick to your point. Be clear and crisp. And also understand that whosoever are listening to you, they are actually finding value from you. If they do not find any value from you, then there is no point in having a long conversation. You got to help people while you are conversing and crossing the paths. For that, I'm going to give you a few words where you can actually rework on your structuring of the speech or the delivery of your talks. So anything you can work upon. So the things is like to be sure, additionally, and lastly. So you can just sequences. So all these sequence, you can do it howsoever you want it in the order. So for that, you can use eventually or in the meantime. And the second scenario is like first, like firstly, I'm going to do, or just in the same way. So for that, you can use it as finally, this is the thing, what I'm going to do. Or else, for the time being, I'm just packing your question now and I'll take it in the last, at the end. So you can request your audience like that. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. While you are in the speech, there is no rule saying that you got to take up each and every question in between your talks. If you feel that you got to tell in the beginning itself, I'm going to take up all the questions at the end of my session or the talk or the speech. Okay? You got to mention it upfront. And that's when people will actually stay till long, the last minute, and then they can ask you any number of questions. And you are also like well prepared and you would have given all the content or the complete topic has been done, because you will not have any interruptions between when you get any questions, because it can be diverted. So it is always better that you can tell your audience that I'm going to take up the questions at the last or at the end of the session, or I'll give the last 15 minutes only for Q&A. So something like that, put it in the first upfront and tell them saying that you just have to listen to the complete content and then shoot your questions at the end. So that will actually help you in being very focused with your topic. And the next different words, like for afterwards, you can use it as to begin with. Okay. Or in like while you are completing, you can say that in conclusion. And if you are starting it at first, so firstly, like at first, so in the meantime, and then again in the first place. So something like that, be creative and use a bit of phrases, different phrases for the actual meaning of what you wanted. So be very strong on your vocabulary. That is what I keep telling each and every time when I come live or make any videos. So you have to work on your vocabulary. Okay, don't start using a huge, I mean, it's not like big words, but people are not familiar with that. If they are familiar, then yes, of course, whatsoever, I mean, whenever you wanted to say that, they would take it. Pandemic, nobody knew it, but now everybody knows it. So once when they get familiar, use those words. And if not, just start using the simple words. Because simplicity costs nothing but buys everything. Okay, you got to buy your people. And they will buy you and not your product. So if you are an entrepreneur, so they are going to buy you, not your product. Okay, so keep that in mind, and you have to really create an impact to any person whomsoever you meet. So this is what I wanted to share it today, so that you will have a very powerful introduction and you are going to craft yourself and keep it short, crisp, and clear about you as a person, a personality, and how you are going to create the change in the other person's life. So if you find this live very valuable, please do share your comments. And if you have any questions, I think so far nobody has any question. So if you have any question, you can just put it across. I'll take it personally, and I can just give you any of the thoughts if at all it is matching with the topic. Okay. And you can also go through my YouTube channel, that is Success Decoders Hub. So you can find many useful videos, because I'm coming up with insightful videos which will help you for building yourself as a great personality. Okay. And you can also join my Facebook group, that is also Success Decoders. So why Success Decoders? Success Decoders because I'm going to decode the success. Everybody loves success. Everybody remembers only winners. Nobody remembers who came second, right? So they just want to be a winner in your life. How do you want to win your life? How do you want to have the success party? How do you want to feel the happiness of success? And how do you want to enjoy it? So everything will be decoded. Okay, so be it in any of the phase or any of the fields where you are working, so this is going to help you out how best you can develop as a person. Okay, so if there are no any other question, I'm going to take off now. Okay, so signing off. Thank you so much, Hamsa, again, your life skills trainer and a mindset coach from Bangalore. Thank you. See you in the next session, and we'll come up with another awesome, interesting topic. Right? Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy night, everybody. Enjoy your days, the upcoming days, once when you start working upon yourself. Okay, you can feel the changes and you will definitely grow. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me live today on this festive season. I wish you all the very best and greater success. Signing off, Hamsa. Thank you so much.